तो आप सबको पता है कि इंडिया नेपाल के ताल्लुकात काफी खराब हो रहे हैं। नेपाल ने अपने मैप में इंडियन इलाकों को शामिल कर दिया। इस मैप को जब इंडिया में देखा गया तो इंडिया वाले काफी हैरान है। अब इंटरनेशनल मीडिया भी ये बात कर रही है कि नेपाल ने इंडिया के साथ ताल्लुकात खराब करके दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी गलती कर दी है। तो चलिए आपके साथ शेयर करते हैं और आपको बताते हैं कि नेपाल ने इंडिया के साथ ताल्लुकात क्यों खराब किए और इंडिया नेपाल के ताल्लुकात कैसे अब ठीक होने वाले हैं। इंटरनेशनल मीडिया इस बारे में क्या बात करती है आज की वीडियो में देखेंगे।
Namaskar, I am Anubhav Ranjan and you are watching Rhythm. Nepal's recent move to redesign its 100 rupee currency note has ignited fresh tensions with India, underscoring a long-standing border dispute that has now drawn a new and concerning element into the way China. By including disputed territories on this revised note, Nepal has revised the territorial contention that has simmered for decades. But what makes the shift particularly alarming is Nepal's decision to entrust the printing and these new notes to a Chinese state-owned enterprise, the China Banknote Printing and Minting Corporation. This raises big questions for India, not only about Nepal's intentions but also about China's expanding influence in the region, a persistent strategic threat. The Nepal Rashtra Bank (NRB), Nepal's central bank, recently awarded the printing contract for these banknotes to China, marking an overt extension of Chinese involvement in Nepal's internal affairs. The redesigned currency includes a map that prominently features Lepulek, Limpiadura and Kalapani, areas that India also claims. This move, which follows years of simmering tensions, is viewed as a bold assertion of Nepal's territorial claim over these regions and has added new strain to India-Nepal relations, which are already fragile. The roots of this territorial issue stretch back to 1816 and the Sogoli Treaty signed between Nepal and British India, in which the Kali River was set as the western border of Nepal. However, interpretations differ on where the river originates, leaving the ownership of these areas in question. Since 1960s, India has administered these territories while Nepal has consistently protested. The dispute became particularly heated in 2019 when India released a political map that included the contested areas. In response, Nepal issued its own revised map in 2020, formally claiming the regions. This tit-for-tat action escalated tensions, turning the disputed lands into a symbol of national pride on both sides. India has expressed serious concerns over Nepal's actions, and in a statement, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar underscored India's preference for diplomatic discussions to resolve the border disputes. He criticized Nepal's unilateral measures, emphasizing that redrawing maps would not alter the facts on the ground. However, China's involvement has now shifted the dynamics, with experts warning that the move could further destabilize the region. Nepal's choice to involve China, a nation with which India has a history of territorial tensions, appears to send a provocative message and potentially jeopardizes Nepal's historically amicable relation with India. Given the significance of Lipulek, Limpiadura and Kalapani, both strategically and symbolically, India perceives the inclusion of these regions on Nepal's currency as a troubling stance that may embolden China's interests in the Himalayas. The recent opening of an 80-kilometer road by India through Lempulek, connecting to the Tibet's Kailash Mansarovar, highlights the area's critical role in regional security. For India, Chinese involvement near these tri-junction heightens security risks, particularly with ongoing tensions at other points along the India-China border. Meanwhile, some observers believe that Nepal's government under former Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal may be leveraging this currency redesign to rally nationalist support. But India's strategic community sees it as a potential threat to the stability of the 750-kilometer shared border, touching 5 Indian states and hosting numerous cross-border exchanges of culture and trade. Despite this escalation, Nepal's Foreign Minister Narayan Kajashrestha has reiterated Kathmandu's willingness for dialogue, stating that Nepal prefers a diplomatic solution. While promising his remarks do little to ease India's concern over China's expanding footprint. Analysts suggest that without a careful bilateral approach to the issue, India-Nepal relations could face lasting strain. The redesign of Nepal's 100 rupee note represents more than just a symbolic change, it signals a shift that could redefine the balance of power in the region. With China's involvement, the issue has transcended a bilateral border dispute, raising regional security stakes. For now, India and Nepal appear firm in their respective claims, However, a diplomatic resolution remains the only way to protect their long-standing ties from further erosion and to prevent external influences from undermining the region's stability. Jai Hind.
तो आप लोगों ने वीडियो देखी होगी, आप लोगों को अंदाजा हो चुका होगा इंडिया नेपाल के ताल्लुकात के बारे में। इंटरनेशनल मीडिया भी कह रही है कि इंडिया नेपाल के ताल्लुकात अब एक दफ़ा फिर से खराब होने लगे हैं। आप सबको पता है कि नेपाल ने 100 रुपये का नया नोट जारी कर दिया है। इस नए नोट पे नेपाल का नया नक्शा है। नेपाल के नए नक्शे में इंडिया के 3 इलाके शामिल है। इंडिया कहता है कि नेपाल ने सबसे बड़ी गलती कर दी है कि हमारे इलाकों को अपने मैप में शामिल कर दिया, और अपने मैप में शामिल करने के बाद इसको अपने नोट पर छाप रहे। तो हर बच्चे को हर गली में हर कूचे में हमारे इलाके आपके मैप में देखेंगे तो सबको लगेगा ये कि आपके इलाके है और आपके मैप है, जिससे फिर आपके और हमारे ताल्लुकात ज़्यादा ख़राब होंगे। आज भी अगर आप देखें तो इंडिया नेपाल के ताल्लुकात काफ़ी ज़्यादा ख़राब है। नेपाल ने इंडियन 3 इलाकों को अपने मैप में शामिल कर दिया और बाद में उसी मैप को अपने 100 रुपये के नोट के ऊपर छाप दिया।